Live from Music City, Nashville, Tennessee. This is your motivational, sensational, inspirational, educational, aspirational, international, keenly awaited, daily created, highly anticipated edition of the Afternoon Swing Trading Floor with your humble host, Jerremy Newsome, with another daily dose of mentally delicious brain food, reminding each of you to love life, live life, and trade it. What is going on, my dear friends? How are you doing on this wonderful, wonderful day? Michael Davidoff is all excited. Josh Shaman, what's up, dude? Says welcome home. Yeah, bro. I'm gonna be in Nashville, man, for two weeks. It's so epic. 2 weeks. Looking forward to it. Then we will be in Miami. Type of one. If you're going to the Miami meetup, trading retreat, it's a week long. Emily Young is going. Jay has a sad face. Hildy's going virtually. Hey, that's awesome. Virtual is good. Virtual is perfectly acceptable. Pam says, I wish. Christine's going virtually. Mike says, now that you're home, you get to sleep in your purple bed. Yeah. Yep. Edward says, afternoon, Jay. Tell me what's going on. I haven't looked at my broker or chart for the fourth day. Are you going a week? Dude, you picked a great week to do it, homie. You picked a great week. Tay says, what's up, everyone? What is up? What's up? Cindy says, can we still sign up for the virtual? Yep, absolutely. Yeah, so we have one more day. If you want to buy a ticket to the live event, we have one more day. This is not like a hard pitch. It's just, I'm letting you know, it's just literally one more day because we're gonna get gotta get the hotel, all the rooms I paid for, all that kind of good stuff. Just make sure everyone's comfortable and all the numbers are located. But yeah, if you want to do the live stream, you can definitely do the live stream, and all is good. Edward says, I'm excited for the Lake Tahoe. Yes, awesome. Mark says, does the price include the hotel? Great question. Answer is no. So I had to buy a book of rooms for hotel. I had to buy a book of rooms from the hotel. I think I had to buy 40. So no, it's a different cost for the hotel because some people can stay at an Airbnb, some people can stay with friends, some people can stay at a different hotel. Yeah, some people live in Miami and aren't going to spend any money to go other than the ticket cost. Great question, though, Mark. Awesome. All right, guys. I'm just excited about that. And then April, I should be in Nashville most of April, which is exciting because last year I was in Nashville for all of April. That's when I did the calendar club. And I don't know if I'm gonna do the calendar club again for this April. I don't think I will, but I am going to attempt my first double marathon the weekend of April 10th. So that's what I'm excited for. 52 miles, however much, I think it's 52 miles. SPY, brand new all-time high. Woo, party. Where's all the happy pandas at? Bunch of sad pandas over here. Now we're at all-time highs now. Beautiful stuff. If you have mostly tech exposure, tech, what a great close. Great close. Solid close. Allison says, I liked the dip. I wish I had more. That's what everyone's going to be saying. That's what everyone will say come late March, early April, as we continue to go higher. It's a very, very good close, in my opinion, and it's a great gap. If we go to the hourly chart, right, I'm not saying we can't rotate a little bit lower again. We still have the capability of doing this. It's still very, very reasonable. Sammy says, no lie, it hurt buying there, but I'm all green now. It becomes easier and easier, man, as time progresses. We just have to think about it. We just have to think about it like a house, man. Most people, when they buy a house, it's like, if someone's selling a house for $500,000, do you just go, yeah, $500,000, I'm gonna buy it for that price? Or do you try to buy it like 480 or 470? You try to buy it a little bit lower if you can, unless it's, of course, in the last 2 years, then you have to offer over plus cash, no contingencies, no inspection. So anyway, long story short, I love the bounce. I'm full bull, ladies and gentlemen. I totally agree with what Tony said yesterday. We are very, very high on a monthly chart, but we did have a pullback, right, from the all-time high to low of 12%. And same thing with the SPY, right? We are very, very high, but we're going to go a little bit higher. So overall trend chart, everything looks great. I'm in long. I'm net long on all my portfolios. I closed all of my insurance positions, and we'll see what we get from here. Marta says next is all cash targets. Yes, which will probably be like 360-ish on the Qs. We will find out, right? SPY, it'll probably be 410, 415, something like that. So we'll find out. Derek says, you don't think we'll get a quick fade? Sure, we can easily get a quick pullback, but that pullback will be a dip buy as well. Mo says, Jeremy, how much cash do you have right now? I'm in 30% cash. I'm never 100% invested into the market unless we have more than a 15% pullback on all sectors. SPY, Qs, everything, like a good, healthy, legit pullback. So I always have cash available to find something I want to trade and kind of be in it. But yeah, we could have a quick little drop down into support, and then that support would get bought up and stay long. That's it. By the way, it's one of those things like I wish I could say I told you so, but you know, I kind of did. I kind of did. So there's the Qs. Here's the Dow Jones Industrial. Dow Jones ETF pulled back and bounced, and chart looks good. Robert says, saying I always have to keep at least 100,000 to swing trade, sell puts, etc. Yes, I'm always keeping some money. I mean, because again, the only thing that really pulled back was the Qs. That was it. So that also, I think, maybe and hopefully is a great lesson for your portfolios that if you have 100% cash exposure, 100% tech exposure, and you look at your chart in your company and your portfolio, and you're like, wow, I have only tech in my account, right? That it's something to think about. Because we have today Transportation Thursday, and we're going to be going over some transport stocks, and there's a lot out there that, in my opinion, are looking pretty toasty for a continuation higher. So let's go look at it. Jay says, is Teladoc tech? Technically, it is. Yeah, theoretically. Theoretically, it's tech. Sumo Logic, SUMO, gap down. This was today. And it's actually a pretty interesting gap. It does show signs of weakness on a day trade level. I didn't get a chance to trade this one, but I would like to think I would have attempted to short it up here if there was available short opportunity. Look at that consolidation right there. I would like to think that after seeing that consolidation, I would have at least attempted to short that on a day trade. Marta says this one is on her radar. Sumo Logic, all-time low on this one is 1731-ish. If you're a buyer, be a buyer down there. Buy low, sell high. I don't have any positions on that one. I'm going to wait it out, let it do its thing, but definitely a nice gap. Could go lower. We shall see. Zim. Ooh, integrated shipping. Look at this one. So we had a few people actually buy this at open on IPO. And that's because we talked about that strategy just a few weeks ago in the swing trading room. And a lot of people like that. We also talked about the Charlotte retreat. I talk about that almost everywhere. It was kind of like one of my coolest coaching sessions of all time. I was a long time ago, but it was, I don't know, it was cool because when I sat down with Scott, like I didn't really have an answer to his question. So I literally had to say like, hey man, can you give me some time to think about it? And he's like, yeah. He's like, let's go to a nice restaurant, get some wine and, chat about it. And I was like, okay, cool. So we went out to dinner and I was just the whole time just kind of thinking quietly, like, what's a good strategy for someone who loves the market, loves stocks, loves being involved, but doesn't want to do any trading at all. I mean, ponder that one for a little bit. That's why I was like, got it. Just buy everything, kind of, more or less. So yeah, anyway, Zim integrated. It's a really, really good pop. Today's another all-time high. I don't have any position on this one personally, but a few people do. A few people did buy at open on the IPO. We traded higher, and if I was playing this one, I would just let it pull back and buy the dip. I think that's what I'll do on ZIM. Because again, buy the dip when it doesn't work. Yeah, it kind of feels annoying and frustrating, and pretty much annoying and frustrating works. But there are times where when you do buy the dip, it does work. And so you don't want to be afraid to not get into a trade just because, you know, you're going to lose on some positions every now and then. That will absolutely happen. You just want to try to let it not happen. Is that, if that's a term? Yeah, let it not occur as much. That's exactly right. All right, so Zim, there we go. Buy the dip. Derek says, if you have time, I'd like to hear your opinion on Unity software. Okay. So next on the list is LPRO. And I got some, I wouldn't say inside information on this one. I'm not saying that. I don't have any inside information at all on this one, even remotely. I did, though, have a good friend of mine who's in the auto industry who is really good with numbers, look over their balance sheet and kind of told me that this is a legit company. They do a lot with more or less auto lending. Auto lending and auto insurance is one, like it's a smaller little side piece company that does and really focuses a lot on that niche, specifically for kind of used cars. And I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but the used car market, did you guys realize it is blowing up? Blowing up. I mean, try to go get a car anywhere. Like, just try. Carvana is slaying it. Like, I mean, if it's a used car company, one of my mentors, I'm gonna have him on the show at some point, but one of my mentors is Deca Millionaire with car lot companies. You know, he owns car lots, he buys and sells car lots. He's just murdering it. And he did not expect that to happen. So like a lot of people didn't think that the cars would take off. I mean, with everyone staying at home. But what happened is the supply dried up. And if you want to increase the price on anything, lower the supply. Michael says, I'm a finance manager at a car dealership and sales have been at record highs this past year. Nice. Well, dude, do some analysis on this one because this is part of your industry and you should probably have some. Buy the dip. Same thing with LMPX. I did reach out to the CEO of this company to try to get an interview as well. Haven't heard back yet, but I could keep hitting on that door. Anyway, I got a good friend who actually bought this one before IPO, and I also had another friend who bought it at IPO. And she held this thing. She actually reached out to me to do some one-on-one coaching, but she bought it here and literally held all the shares this whole time, like a boss, you know, absolute legend. But she didn't know that much about trading and actively investing in charts. Like she just didn't know. So that's why we're doing a lot of work together. But awesome lady, amazing, amazing woman. And anyway, this looks like a really, really good close today on LMPX Auto. So if you're intrigued and you requested this one and you were looking at playing it, I'd probably say buy a dip on this. So maybe buy a pullback if you want. If you request this particular stock, it does look quite nice. I do kind of dig it. Could buy some more at 1832. Looks kind of cute. And maybe trade up into like mid-20s. That's pretty much it. All right, next on the list, NEO up 11%. Oh my goodness, NEO. Congrats for those who are in. So I know Lufia is in on this one pretty hard, and there's a few other people. Looks nice. Type in a 1 if you have a position on this one. Hildy, Ida, Cindy, Ariel, Albert, Mike. Very nice. Oh wait, Stefan has on as well. Gorgeous. Well, it had the most perfect trap of all time. Most stocks did. And I actually posted on Twitter. I was like, how crazy would it be if these hammers all worked out? How nuts would that have been? How insane would it be if those hammers? I'm really bad at sarcasm. I need to figure out a way to be less sarcastic and more like, this is the most perfect hammer in the world. If you don't buy some above this hammer, why do you trade the stock market? But I'm getting better at it, I think. But anyway, long story short, you got very close to the 200. It's not like Neo's a worthless company. And it was a great hammer, great inside candle, beautiful break above it, gorgeous trend, gorgeous chart, gorgeous bounce, all that stuff. So here's the weekly chart, and the weekly chart was a good pullback, right to the 50 EMA on a weekly, right to it. So yeah, long story. I don't have any position on Neo. This is one that I just can't figure out how to trade it for some reason. Mostly because I'm in Tesla. Now, you guys want to see something really cool? I can't remember if this is accurate or not. Someone will have to check on this for me if you guys want to get out like your notebook, because I can't remember. But somewhere there's a class that talks about Elliott Wave entirely for free. And if I'm incorrect, you can fill me in, but this looks like a perfect wave 5 correction, ABC, same thing that Tony said yesterday. And whatever pullback we get, even if we get one, is buyable. Type of 9, if you remember me saying the other day, this is the greatest candle I've ever seen on Tesla. Edward says, why did it not pull down more? Now my boy wants me to do some fibs. I think you're just playing with me. Yeah, I think my boy's playing with me. But I'll throw a fib on here. Throw in a fib. The 3 extension of wave 1 on a primary bullish trend. This is a counter trend move, is a very strong reversal signal. So the answer is we pull down to a great spot. We trapped everyone, and great buying spot. But I know you were kidding. So I know, but you had to do it. So anyway, yeah, it was great, gorgeous. I mean, 5 bear candles in a row. I forget who said this in Slack, but someone was like, I don't remember a time when Tesla had 5 bear days in a row. And then imagine opening above there. Oh gosh. So I'm in it. I'm net long. I'm as long as you can be on Tesla. I got it, you know. Falco says there's still premium. There is still money. There's like $1 for this put sale. It's ridiculous. $1 at 400. Can someone confirm, is $400 still $300 away from $700? Can I get some of my rocket scientists who are, you know, traders with me to help me with that one? Edward says that is correct. Okay. You agree with that statement. Thank you. So still money down here. This one I'm just going to leave alone because I want some shares of 500, so I don't care. But I'm in put sales. I'm in call options. I'm in shares. This was a perfect pullback. Great spot. Easy location. Someone mentioned that they think that the all-time high is in on Tesla for the year. And it is extremely possible, but I do disagree with that wholeheartedly. And I think we can go higher on Tesla this year, especially that candle that came in 2 days ago. All right, General Electric. Now, this is actually a real question. Can someone confirm, are they actually going to do a reverse split, or are they joking? Were they like, nah, I'm just kidding. That was a joke. The board recommended it. Okay, but they haven't actually done it yet. Or the board recommended it. All right. So here's the thing that you should all know about splits at this point, if you've gone through any of my classes. When a split happens, a stock usually runs up before the split. The split happens, the stock drops, and it gives you a buying opportunity. Have you guys ever seen that happen before on any stocks recently? So anyway, on reverse splits, it happens the same thing. So it usually drops before the reverse split, and then after it has the reverse split, it goes higher. So riddle me that. But anyway, am I going to play that? Probably not. You guys are welcome to. I'm just going to play something else. But I know Derek Washington trades General Electric like it's his job. Derek Washington can really trade everything, anything at any point in time. But this really good resistance, had a good pullback, and it was a nice one. Edward says, what was the last reverse split you played? I will show you in 35 seconds. So yeah, G, good pullback to the 200 simple moving average. If you want to buy some for some weird reason, I mean, it probably will run up after the reverse split. This is a price. If you want another price, 925 would be good. Buy low, sell high on General Electric. It's a pretty much awful company, but there is some really good supports, and technically I can see why it would go higher. So that's really it. Last stock I played a reverse split on was Chesapeake before they rebranded themselves. So I can't get a chart up of the last time, but they are back out for anyone who's interested in it. But Chesapeake was the last reverse split I played before they kind of rebranded, repurposed, got out of chapter 12 and came back. Cindy says, do you have half the shares? You get more shares with less value. Is that right? More shares? No, other way around. You get less shares with more value. Yeah. So we do a reverse split. So the stock price goes up, share value goes down. Reverse split. It's not a good thing, by the way, for everyone doing the math. Reverse splits are not a great thing. This is a true question. Does anyone have a company that did a reverse split that eventually went higher after its reverse split, like a lot higher? USO. I don't think USO has. When did they do a reverse split? I think they did one over here somewhere. But it's not a company, true. It's not a company, but I get it. Aurora Cannabis. Aurora Cannabis did do a reverse split. That is a fact. They haven't gone higher yet. They're trying to, but they haven't actually gone higher. So when did they do their reverse split? They did the reverse split here. By the way, check it out. If you guys are wondering, like, am I just talking out of my face? Sell off into the reverse split, Aurora Cannabis crushes higher for 2 days. You guys see what I'm saying? Your boy Newsome. Hector says, sold that top. Yes, you did. I remember you being in that position too. Sean says, Mexico weed legal now for recreation. Nice, bro. Let's party. Let's party, bro. So yeah, Aurora Cannabis, they have had a reverse split, and since the reverse split, they haven't really gone higher yet. Is there another one you guys can think of? That's a great call, though. You guys are absolutely right. Blue Apron. So Blue Apron's had a reverse split, has not gone up yet since its reverse split. They had their reverse split back here, I believe, either here or here. I'm pretty sure it was here. No, this was just a random pop. Yeah, this was just a random, no one knows to this day. Back in COVID, they're one shot. Everyone's like, we need we need food delivered. This makes like perfect sense. So yeah, here's another reverse split, right? It went down and went up nicely and then tanked. So even now, like you can see, like they had the reverse split. Thank you, Derek, for bringing that one up. You're perfectly right. So we can see that we hasn't really gone higher. So long story short, guys, reverse splits are not a good thing. That's what I'm trying to get at. They're not a good thing. Can you make some money for a week or two? Yeah, of course. I'll make money on anything, guys. It doesn't bother me. I'll buy a book for $10 and sell it for 20. You know, I mean, I have no shame other than drugs. I will not sell drugs. I guess that's a little bit of an overstatement. Anyway, Thursdays. I'm always just so hyper on Thursdays. I know. I apologize in advance. Guardian Health. GH. The hammer of hammers off the 100. And then today was a great close. Buy the dip. Should go higher. Chart looks good. I actually would love like a really big sell-off just to scare everyone that thinks the market's the easiest thing in the world, and then we go higher. That'd be super fun. But what I can also say is I can feel this sentiment all over the market, but I would actually love it if we do this because there's so many people that didn't actually get in on the dip. They didn't actually buy it. Not on Guardian Health specifically. I'm just saying kind of on everything. People are like, oh, it's got to go farther. We're in a bubble. And now that we're going higher, they're like, it's a bull trap. And I've seen it so many times. I'm like, well, maybe, but I'm in regardless. And the only way to find out is either make money or lose money. So yeah. So that's all I got. Robert says, I don't know anyone who didn't buy at least something. It's a good friend circle you have, man. It's a good friend circle. I love it. Yeah. So Guardian Health. I'm glad that health, apparently people need doctors now. It's good to know. We're going to talk about Teladoc and Amwell in just a little bit, but it's glad to know that America still needs companies and doctors and healthcare. Because there for 3 or 4 days, I was really wondering, I was like, do people, am I missing something? Let's just talk about it now since I'm on the topic. Teladoc. I was like, do people need prescription? So guess why? Does anyone want to guess why Teladoc had the recent bounce today? Motley Fool buy recommendation. When I saw that come out, I was like, yes, bring it. They actually got it right. I'm a fan. I like Motley Fool. I do. If you guys want to get like a good article, I mean, it's good. It's worth its money. I'm a fan. I'm not worried, scared, or upset at all. Edward says he missed his second pyramid. How did you miss your pyramid on Teladoc? Whew, you'll have to send me that chart. We've been looking at this chart together for 900 days, I think. Man, this was an easy one. So anyway, I'm in on Teladoc. Hector says, I suck and I lowered my last entry. Michael says, where would you do an entry now? 174.20 is where I would have done my entry. Maloney says, Jeremy, how much do these calls cost? I have all kinds of cost averages on them, but they were around $20 when I was buying a bunch. Yeah, they're around $20. Now, here's an interesting thing. This did trigger Momo today. So Momo did go long if anyone cares about that one. But yeah, full story. I do think you could buy Teladoc down here. I do think the world needs doctors. I think it's important and interesting. I'm a fan. I think it's a potential double bottom. It's going to take time to go higher, I believe. I don't think it's just going to do this, although I would be very happy if it does. It'll probably do something like that. Do you guys remember the last time we were in Teladoc for, I don't know, 2.5 months, and everybody was all upset that it wouldn't go higher? I'll circle it for you in case you don't remember. So in here, everyone was absolute crybabies the whole time it was going down. And I was like, hey, you should buy some Teladoc. And in here, everyone was really crybabies because it took 2 whole months before it went higher. It just, when you look back at the history and you go like, well, it didn't really take that long. That's why you got to go, yeah, maybe I'll wait 2 whole months before I make money on a position. Because sometimes, ladies and gentlemen, sometimes that's how long it takes. Sometimes it'll take 3 months before you make money on a trade. Sometimes it'll take 4. You gotta wait. It's okay. It's easier if you just don't care sometimes, right? Just let it do its thing. But this is probably a picture perfect example of what Teladoc's gonna do. I'm in it though. I am in. All right. AYX. So my boy Lucas bought some AYX. I don't have any positions on this one personally, and I'm not terrified of getting in, but I can see why you would. So, realistically, this support makes sense. This support makes sense. If you're buying down there, I get it. I do. I get it. I probably should be buying it. I mean, I lost on it, and this is much, much lower than my original cost basis. Oh yeah, I might have to. Yep, I might have to just, I mean, here's the thing, buy when you're uncomfortable. I look at this chart, I am uncomfortable. I'm scared down here. I am a chicken, pecan chicken salad. Look at how many bear candles are in a row. Wow. Sammy sold some $75 puts. Nice, Sammy. Weekly long terms. Yeah, we smashed the 100. Oh, the 200 right there. Nice call, Ricky. Okay. I need to stop being a baby. I need to get back in. I need to do it again. The risk reward's good. I mean, if it goes to 70, I'll just get out. So 18 bucks a share. Okay. Talked myself into it. It was that hard. All right, Fiverr. Michael says lower highs. I don't understand. True. Well, that's why I said, Michael, it's a very scary time to buy. But here's the question that I have to ask you, my dear friend. Have we bounced here before? Michael says yes. Can we bounce here again, Michael? Yes, we can. Now, do you have to take this trade? Nope. All right, you don't have to take it. I'm okay with the risk. It's at the 200 simple on a weekly chart. That's one of my favorite things to buy off of. It's one of my favorite things to buy off of, man. Weekly long-term moving averages. So I'll play this one with shares. I bought here before. I bought here before. I bought there. I bought there. I got out there. I definitely lost on AOAX, but very normal. Very, very comfortable amount of money. And, you know, we'll see. Right? It's out of support. If it breaks, my risk reward is going to be fantastic, and I'll just move on. Jonathan, I just about 63 seconds ago drew that trend line. Yep. I just with my actual hands, I drew that one with my fingers. So yeah, we'll see what she does, and we'll find out from there. I'm interested in buying some Fiverr, FVRR. Oh man, Fiverr. Look at this. 40% pullback into the 100. Man. Here's all I can say on Fiverr. The way I've traded this one numerous times in the past, and I've never lost. The way I buy Fiverr is I usually buy a very small share size on down days. And when I say small share size, you guys ready for this one? 5 shares at a time. And I just keep buying 5 shares at a time on down days, and then I sell them when I'm totally net profitable. 5 shares. Anyone want to guess why 5 shares? It's a tough one. It's a riddle. But that's what I do. Now, is that a lot of money? No. It used to not be, that's for sure, when it was like at 40 and 50. But, you know, now it's like, well, it's $1,000, $1,200, just leaving my account. But anyway, that's how I've done it in the past. I've also did it at one point where I just bought 5 shares every Monday, regardless of what the candle looked like. I've done all kinds of random things. But anyway, I've never had huge size on Fiverr, but I've never lost. So take it for what you will. I think Fiverr is going to go higher. Most is Fiverr or Upwork. This is Fiverr, the chart. This is the company Fiverr. I love Upwork. I sold all my Upwork at the absolute open of this candle right here. And my order to get back in was the 100, which has not filled yet. If you're wondering which one to buy, Mo, which is an entirely different question, I would buy Upwork because it's cheaper. That's the answer. Arlo, A-R-L-O. I'm in some shares of Arlo. Arlo Technologies. So Arlo home security. And I bought off of this hammer candle there. I added to this hammer candle there. It's a potential double bottom. Let's see what happens. That's it. Weekly chart doesn't look terrible. I'm just going to sit back, relax, and kind of let Arlo do its thing, but I am in some shares, and If it goes higher, that'd be awesome. Now, again, like I just mentioned earlier, is there a chance that Arlo can do this along with the rest of the market? What do you guys think? And the answer is, of course, like it can do that on anything at any time. But I won't freak out at this point because we have a base. We have a base on some things. When will I freak out? When we take out that base. We take out that base. If that's when the base drops, we close below there. That's wig out time. That's when something's up. I close all my positions. I lose money. I have decent sums of cash, and I just keep waiting. I only have shares of Arlo. Yep, only have shares. 5,000 shares. I don't have any options on this one. Yep, 5,000 shares, no options. All right, cool deal. Arlorino. Also, I don't think there's too many new traders here right now, but just as a reminder, remember, you don't have to be in everything that I am in. Find something that you like, find something that makes sense to you, find a pattern, find a price, find a company. And if none of those things are accurate, request one and I'll look at it for you, you know? Throw it in there. Let me know what you want to look at and I'll review what you are interested in and I'll kind of show you how to play it. Tay says, I'm green, man. Yeah, you are. If you're green, buy Palantir. That's what I would do. Look at this candle and close. Woo! Uh-oh. Palantir. I am in this. I am in this to win this. I got some shares. I got some calls. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Edward says, I'm in on Palantir. I have one more tier that did not fill. I love this close, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, this is a great close. Like this is Kathy. This is all Kathy Wood wants for Christmas. This candle. This is all she wants. All that she wants is another baby. And come to get something. Great, great band. Great band. I probably didn't do it justice. So if you're in from this analysis that we set up about a week ago, congrats. If you're not in, buy a pullback. Momo did trigger bullish on this one. Momentum. So momentum actually got triggered in 2 days ago. So if you're looking at buying and you're not in, you could do it definitely a lower limit order if you're intrigued. We will see. It looks nice. I'm in it. I'm in shares. I'm in call options. Jonathan says I'm in on multiple accounts. All right, cool. So let's see if Kathy Wood does something cool. Now, for me, I most likely will sell my $40 May call options here. If we get there, I should be profitable on those calls because they were so cheap. You know, I mean, down here, those call options were less than $1. So it's like, you know, $1. And you got time. You got March, April, most of May. So if it trades up to here, I'll probably sell those and just be like, oh, that's awesome. Mark says I got $60 call for January. Is it okay? It's really far out of the money. That is very, very far out of the money. But if it goes higher, it'll work. It will work. So you're gonna have to hold that one for a bit, but best of luck, my friend. I know you didn't pay that much, which is good news. IQ, waiting on this one, watching this one, interested in what it's gonna do. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what I refer to as accumulation. This is accumulation. Dow Jones theory. So we're just waiting. The breakout is coming. Bang, 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 bang. Boom, boom, shakala boom. See if we can buy some on a dip. Don't have any positions on it yet, but it looks good. Tosca says, when buying leaps, how far out of the money do you go? I agree with exactly what Tony said yesterday. I normally buy 2 or 3 strikes out of the money. Normally, I generally buy my leap where the stock has already been before. Oh, wow, that's Ricky. Oh, that's cool. What's up, dude? We're joined by Trading Royalty, ladies and gentlemen. Ricky Cadden, owner of Real Life Trading Australia. By the way, man, you owe me a text message. You know that. It's been like, we haven't talked in like 2 weeks and I'm over here, I'm crying. Just need you to know that. Yeah, IQ, nice accumulation pattern. Interesting to see what's going to happen. And we'll see what's going on. So that's it. That's what I got on IQ. Watching closely. CCIV, Churchill Capital. Inside candle. Nice gap. I like, look at this pin. What? Bang, bang, bang. 3-day pennant pattern. That's pretty. I don't have any position on this one personally, not for any reason other than I can't be in everything. I like it. If it pulls back, that can be great. If it goes higher, it's probably great if you're in it. Josh Allman pyramided into this one, so he bought lower as it went higher. I don't know much about this SPAC, but I do know that it would have been a horrible idea to own some up here. And it's probably a good idea to buy some down there. Lucid, that's right, Lucid. It's no Tesla, but they can always try. You know, they can do their best. And everyone will give them a round of applause. I mean, Elon literally said, hey guys, our technology is so good, we'll make it open source and give it to everyone. You know? Isn't that awesome, dude? It's just so cool. It's like, here you go, build it. I dare you. That's a strong flex, you know? You're like, yeah, we have the greatest technology in the world. Here you go. Because somebody was like, well, what if someone steals your idea and bankrupts your company? And he's like, that would be awesome. Because that means that the world would have fully renewable energy and there would be no more carbon cars on the entire planet. Everyone's saying in the chat pane, the 5 cars that they've made look really nice. Yeah, you know, I mean, yeah. Edward says, would you go heavy in Starlink when it comes out? I will answer that question by reading one of the words in your question. Heavy. All right. Josh says, who needs a product to be profitable? Exactly. We got 5. Would anyone like one of the 5 vehicles that we have, please? So that we can justify our multi-billion-dollar valuation. Can someone buy one of these cars for $250,000, please? But sir, it's like everything else that already exists for 1/100th of the price. But we're a brand new company and we would really like your money if possible. All right, I'm off on a tangent. Lucid, it looks good. I mean, chart looks nice. Buy low, sell high. Team. Oh boy. I forget who told me about this one. But someone was like, Newsome, your favorite chart patterns there. Look at this. Just absolute tank session. Speaking of no revenue. Speaking of absolutely disastrous fundamentals. If you guys don't think that these 2 patterns are the exact same pattern, I don't think you've ever looked at a chart before. I'd have to say that you've never looked at a chart. I mean, look at that. It's the same thing. So we could probably assume that something like this is about to happen, which means we're right about here in the scheme of things. Which means we're probably about there-ish, and we'll come back down to the 200 at some point, and we'll make one more higher high. That's my guess. But look at this. So these candles, ladies and gentlemen, did these 2 candles have the exact same high? Think about how much money, literally, think about how many millions of dollars it takes to stop a stock to the penny twice, 2 separate occasions. I mean, that is some serious selling. Tens of millions of dollars. That's that Robert Falco money, you know? It's that Hector Hernandez, Richard Branson money. Like Jerremy Newsome money is getting in. I don't even like nothing. There's nothing even going on. There's not even a chart. No volume even gets printed. The broker actually calls and like, did someone just place an order because it's so small we can't even tell? That's what happens. But for me, this is a wonderful, wonderful pattern because those two upper shadows, I mean, so much money. And then you get a close above it the very next day, hands down, get in. So we gapped up, beautiful, and then we gapped up again today. Looks nice. Robert says, there you go, Jan. Oh, thanks. Very nice. So that means I have to hold the shares that I'm in until August to make money. And if it goes from 33 to 44, I'll make $11 a share. Can someone verify that for me, please? If the stock goes from 33 to 44, it's $11. Still confirmed? Okay. Confirmed. Thank you, sir. Got it. All right. Norwegian Cruise Lines team. When I say that this candle does not look bad, it doesn't. It does not. Weekly chart, the thing that looks bad is the fact that they still aren't going anywhere. No cruise ships going anywhere that I know of. I've been to 3 or 4 different ports and the same ships have been there when I left and when I got there. Nothing's going anywhere right now. But yet the stock is up 150% because yes, right? COVID, no one travels, going up. Hector says, but when they sail, it will sell. That is correct. When they actually start sailing the 7 seas, expect that to happen. And then feel free to buy the dip. So I'm not a buyer up here. Josh says Vikings is one of our customers and they're sold out 2022 and 2023, which is incredible. Everyone wants to travel. I'm so bullish on the economy right now. But still, it's 2022 and 2023. I mean, they were in a cash crunch. I'm very happy they survived. And they probably had some drastically good deals too. Dang, Josh, you got my phone number, dude. You could have been like, hey, homie, they're going to sell up the Nile for 40 bucks. So, yeah, Viking. I have not done a Viking River cruise, but it's high on my list of items that I would like to do. It's up there. So, yeah, ma'am. Josh says, let's get some lunch. Will do, man. Let's connect. I miss seeing your face. We can make that happen. Cloudera. Shout outs to Joel and a few other people and Sammy. Shout outs to Sammy for sure. My boy Sammy sold his Cloudera at 19 like it was his job. Buy low, sell high. I mean, I wish there was a reason that he would have known that 19 was a great spot to sell. Because if Sammy would have known that, if he could have like pulled up, you know, and thought and visually was like, you know, maybe. So buy low, sell high. Edward says he'll buy at 10. Right now it came down to a baby born 200 simple moving average, which is $13. And daily charts, it's also at the 200 simple. So it's at the 200 simple on 2 main time frames, which is a lot. So we've made money on Cloudera before. And I agree with with Edward. If I play this again, it'll be a little bit at 13 and a lot of it at 10. I agree. So that's what I'm going to plan for. A little bit at 13 and then a lot of it at 10. Buy low, sell high. Speaking of buying and high, Bitcoin. Ooh, ooh, man. Oh boy. Oh boy. That's beautiful. All I can say, my friends, is I am in bullish. I'm in. Jay says 60 grand by Sunday. Probably. With that, I wouldn't surprise me at all. Edward says, you think Bitcoin's going to come back to retest 48,000? Yeah, very possible. It could at some point. It probably won't happen immediately. It'll probably be one of those like big, one of those things. Because we're going to 100. Taskia says, I keep missing all these crypto plays. My advice, just buy them daily or weekly on repeat. Robert says, with $2 trillion being printed, it probably spikes this weekend. Probably does. I'm in it. That's all I can say. And guys, if you're wondering where I'm going to sell, look at my chart and ask this question. Do you see any target on my screen? Nope. I might not sell at this point. At this stage, I might just hold. I mean, if it goes up to 100,000, then what's it going to do? Pull back to 20? Could. It's possible. I don't know, guys. I'm just going to let it do its thing. I'm in. Buy some. You should probably be in it. You should all probably. You guys know that Ethereum is going to hit 50,000 in a decade, right? You guys all are aware of that? Everyone here knows that because everyone here took my crypto course and I gave an hour testimony as why Ethereum will hit 50,000 in a decade. Okay, as long as you guys are aware, that's fine. All right, Unity Software, ticker symbol U. I am in this one. Edward, you'll be so proud of me. I got into some positions as a day trade, but as I was doing it, I thought to myself, and I said out loud, if I don't get filled on all of this, I might hold as a swing trade. One of the first times that I got into a day trade that held into a swing trade. It's that good. It's that good of a gap at that great of a price on a company that I know how they make money and I'm a fan. Plus, one of the day trade that I got into, I only got into with a small size and it did everything that I wanted to do. So I stayed in. So yeah, that's pretty much it on Unity. Joe says, what about Ethereum serial killers, ADA? There will be no such thing as a killer of Ethereum for a very, very long time. Pam says, so you broke your rules. Nope. I have a very strict rule that says if I have a day trade that fills with partial size and I mentioned before getting in that I can hold this as a swing trade, I'm allowed to do so. That's one of my only rules. And the reason I brought it up, Pam, is because how many times have I held a day trade into a swing trade, guys? How many times do you guys know? It's such a strict, very strict rule. This is the second time in the last 2.5 years. So it's so rare. It's such a hard rule because I literally have to say it before even getting in that it could be a swing. So it's a rare thing. And I have it on recording. So anyway, Unity Software, it's a good gap. I do like the company. It's a great price. I think it's a good price. I mean, it was at 170, and it came all the way down to 95. I only have half size anyway for a day trade. So we'll see. If it trades up, it could be cool. Anyway, I'm in it. I like it. Workhorse, Ricky Cadden, did you guys get triggered into Workhorse? Great candle, great setup, great pattern. I don't know if Joey says no, you guys did not get triggered in. I personally won't buy shares of Workhorse. I get the option play because it's an option, right? You have limited risk. And with shares though, the one thing they needed is the one thing they didn't get, So I don't know. Yeah, it couldn't be, it's probably not a good thing. SPWR, guys. Wow. You ever set up a swing trade that you love and you make it official and you miss it by a quarter? Has that ever happened to you? Man. Oy vey. Oy vey is right. I'll leave it open just in case we pull back. But this thing did trigger Momo, and I somehow quarter Newsome to the rescue, Oh well. C'est la vie. All right, American Well did have a cute little candle today. Not as good of a close, but this one, a lot of traders are in as a pyramid. They bought at support on a good company. They usually know how they make money. Seemed like a good plan to me. Buy low, sell high. This is a position trade, not a really swing trade. Didn't get my final pyramid filled. I'll cancel this pyramid and I'll wait until after earnings. After earnings, since I didn't get filled on all of my position, if it gaps down, I'll use that pyramid for my earnings play. If it gaps up, I'm already in, so that'd be great. And we'll see what happens on American Well. Buy low, sell high. It's out of support, breaking the pre-IPO low in a company that we know how they make money on, a sector that we think we're bullish on. Airbnb. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Look at this one. It's almost like those hammers work out well. Great one, good gap, beautiful, very pretty. So that's really all I got. Mike says, I'm still waiting for 85. Mike says, LOL. Yeah, that one's not going to happen. Justin says, Airbnb has been my ATM. I love it. Classic, trade down off the IPO, right? Make it higher. This is where all the noobs buy. They get shaken out again and they'll go like, it's the most classic chart pattern of all time for an Airbnb or for an IPO. Now, if you have an Airbnb, if you have rental property, if you use an Airbnb, if you do anything in an Airbnb, if you travel, if you like traveling, if you want to travel, you should probably have some shares of this. Even if it's a share a month, 10 shares a week, I don't care how much it is. If you do one of those check marks, you should probably have some just to have some. Yeah, that's really all I got to say about that. It's Airbnb. What do you guys think? In 4 years, higher or lower? What do you guys think? Throw it to the chat pane. 4 years from now. Oh, everyone's saying higher. Yeah, it's because you're smart. You are all smart. Ladies and gentlemen, that is my time today. Thank you so much for being here. You are wonderful, amazing, heroic, lovely, enriching individuals. And Matt Along will be taking Friday's information and boiling it down into a beautiful, methodical, gorgeous approach as normal. I will see you all on Monday. And until then, remember, love life, and trade it. Goodbye.